April Pointer, and I'm going to be sharing with you today about storytelling. Storytelling is probably the most pivotal part of a Young Living business. It is one of the best ways to convey information because a story is so memorable. Stories in this business help a lot because they tap into the emotions of the person that's listening. So I will be the first to say that storytelling is very, very easy to learn, and you can teach it to other people and duplicate it. So sharing your story does not have to be half an hour long. It does not have to be convoluted and complicated. It should actually only be around 5 or 6 minutes long to tell somebody your story that you're leading or bringing into Young Living. Now, there are 4 parts to a story. We have to communicate all 4 parts effectively. The first part is our background. The second is our struggles, our dissatisfaction. The third part is the solution we found. And the fourth part is our hope for the future. So let's start off with number 1 and dissect this. The first part, your background. This is where you start off with your story, where you're from, where you grew up, what your career is, what your skill sets are, what life was like for you before Young Living. This is the very first part of your story. And then you move into number 2. And number 2 is the dissatisfaction with your circumstance or the part you didn't like, whatever the struggle actually was. And this is where you're getting real and you're getting vulnerable and you're sharing your struggles here. And when you are vulnerable and authentic and real, this is where people start to care about you and they start to like you. They want to get to know you better and they want to help you. Why is that? Because there's probably a shared pain there because you're sharing some pain points and there's probably something that they're sharing a pain with you. This is the part that tells somebody, or they're telling you, I can connect to you. I can relate to you, like we're the same, me and you. So without this second point, this is going to be very, very empty conversation. The second point should take up probably 60 to 70% of the storytelling itself. The third part is that you have found a solution, number 3. And this solution is what created a way for you to live a better life because you have Young Living in it now, your solution. You now have a healthier life. You have a more fulfilled life, a bigger life, all within Young Living, within health and wellness, and all the things that Young Living brings to our home. And then the fourth and final point is, this is the part of our story that we're talking about how we feel about the future. And that's pretty much it. It's not complicated. But with these 4 parts of the story, the more your story is being told, the more comfortable you're going to get telling it. And it can feel really uncomfortable starting to tell your story. So I drew this out for you because I think it's a really good analogy here. So here we are in our comfort zone down here, and we want to talk about Young Living and we want to share a story, but we don't really know who or how. And so we stretch a little bit and we learn how to do that. And that's where these little lines are, come right here. And you're just starting to step into this magic happening, personal development, growth stretch area here. And then once you move beyond that, it just takes a little bit. It just takes a few steps to really get jumping in over here and to dive in. So anyway, when you get out of your comfort zone, this is where we get, okay? So back to those 4 points. Can you take a guess on which of those 4 points is the absolute most important step? Well, I might shock you, but the very most pivotal part of the story is number 2, and that is your pain points, your dissatisfaction or your struggle. And this is so important because this is where all of the emotion is in your storytelling. This is where your listener is going to be connecting to your past circumstance that you're sharing. And it's what makes the listener care about you because, again, all of the emotion is involved. This is where they're saying, oh yeah, me too. I feel your vibe. Like, I've got you. I get it. And right here, this is what creates either a closer bond with a friend or family member, or it brings a stranger in closer in a very short period of time because they can connect you emotionally like this. all of the above does not really care about number 3 and 4 in your life. They don't really necessarily care about your hopes and dreams or your future unless it's your mom, okay? Or your spouse. So when we're storytelling, we always want to focus on point number 2, which is our dissatisfaction or our pain points. And again, I would spend at least 60 to 70% of that on that area, that struggle. Now, a lot of your friends and family may not have heard your second point, those pain points in your life, and they don't even know about them because you put on a brave face at the time when you were walking through that, or if you're still walking through that, and they just don't know about it. So this is going to connect a whole new layer of people by connecting to them emotionally to you. So back to 3 and 4, your solution and hope for the future. These are great and they are necessary to talk about, but they're just information. It's great information, but it's just information. There's very little passion happening in those last 2 points. When you only focus on those 2 points, this is where salespeople get a bad rap or network marketing gets a bad rap because it comes across as arrogant and self-absorbed and salesy and gross. It makes people feel like they need a shower, right? We all know the salesperson, the salesman that we just throw all of our objections at because we're just like, there's no emotion there. There's no connection. And so people walk away, again, probably feeling like they need a shower. So we want to stick to all 4 points. Don't tell one without the other. Don't tell just 1 and 2. Don't tell just 2 and 3. You want to tell all 4 points, okay? And the more specific your story is, the more impact and the more powerful it's going to be to your listener because you're adding action, you're adding dialogue, and you're adding body language to it. So I want you to write it out and read it out loud to yourself and find out if you can identify areas that you need to change or improve on, and then have a friend or a spouse or an audience sit down and listen to you. Is that going to feel weird? Yes. Is that going to feel uncomfortable? Probably. Do you want to grow in this? I'm guessing your answer is yes, or you wouldn't be watching any of these trainings. But why even do this? Well, the reason for doing this is practicing in front of other people is because eventually you want this to just roll off your tongue, and every time you tell your story, you will improve it, and your body posture will get better. Your confidence will grow. Your nonverbal communication is going to get better and better because we want this and we need this because people are buying you. And before they enroll in Young Living, they are buying you and your story and why they should even join. So go write it down, practice it. I want you to share your story with a handful of people over the next 2 weeks. And this alone, sharing it over 2 weeks will get you more comfortable talking to people and more comfortable building your business. So that's all for me, guys. Learning to tell your story effectively. Oh my gosh. You are actually going to find that your greatest adversity, if this is uncomfortable for you, is going to turn into probably your best asset in building this business because struggles moved into victories and lessons learned are worth talking about. We have to help other people overcome the same struggles or something similar, and this is what Young Living is all about. So this is why I love this company. I'm super happy to be talking with you guys about this today. So go do this, guys. Go write it down, write your story, practice it, and then go and share it. Bye, guys.